You're watching EVH and Gear TV, brought to you by Stewart Travel Guitars. See the incredible stowaway travel guitar at stewartguitars.com. Microphones for EVH and Gear TV are provided by Rode Microphones. And official Van Halen merchandise is provided by vanhalenstore.com. Here's your host from Ontario, Canada, EVH artist Eric Broadbent.
All I can handle way up high on the mantle. I've been seen and I've never seen to feel what's come to be. It feels like
morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. It is Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. It's hard to remember the days anymore, especially when you work from home. You don't know Monday from Friday. Doing a little bit of a jamming. It's Kramer Corner day today, this evening anyways. We're trying to get in the zone and get pumped up for the show tonight. Just check my tuning here. Not too bad. Got a bunch of people jumping in. Let's say hi to everybody. Kind of a coffee, Kramer coffee. Should make Kramer coffee. How's the sound? Did everything sound okay? Sounding all right? Got my typical Helix presets. Nocturnal Butterfly, Quentin James, Wally in the Box, Brian Cote is here. Nice to see you. Enrique Viking, Gary Holt is here. Let me see here. Scott Nickerson, Anke is here. Says, wow, Eric, thank you very much. Having my afternoon coffee right now, too. Greetings from Germany. Hello, Germany. And I think I said Scott Nickerson. And no problem, Gary had to jump out. He'll be back. Chuck Booth, Quentin James. Oh, thank you, Quentin. I appreciate that. When you talk about tone, I really appreciate that. You've known Tone for many, many years, so that's a compliment. I appreciate that. Rock and Roll Garage, or Rock and Roll Guitar Lounge is here. Awesome playing. Thank you. Lars Guitar, Dave's Art Guitars. Hey, man, good to see you. Thank you for jumping in. Brad Miller. Chuck Booth. Let me see if I miss anybody here. Sonia. Good morning, Sonia. Nice to have you jumping in. Mike Cooper bought 2 new Kramer from 1986. Do you think they are any good? Now, those, I don't recognize those numbers, unfortunately, Mike. I'll have to look those up. I don't recognize those. It doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry. And it's probably silly of me to not know, but I don't know. I'll look them up after the show. Chuck Booth says Eric's jamming this morning. And actually, really cool, too. My guest tonight is a really cool guest. Rob Johnson, a friend of mine for like 25 years. We go way, way back, long before social media. All the back to the days of mailing lists. We used to be members of the Van Halen mailing list, or for short, VHML. We go way, way back. And, we've only met once in person physically, when that was at NAMM this past winter, this past January. And he's posted some pictures on Instagram of another new Van Halen guitar he's acquired in a trade, and he just sent me a text message before going live, and he sent me the picture again as well, too, because he didn't know if I saw it yet on Instagram. I don't want to spoil it. Some people have already seen it probably, but we'll talk about that tonight, and a whole bunch of Kramer history, a very, very rare look at a Kramer that he has, similar to this one here, but much more, there's a big story to it. Same style of guitar, but it's vintage, and it's got some rarity and some histories to it. So we're having a whole look at some cool Eddie Van Halen stuff tonight, some replicas, some real Kramers, everything in between. So it's going to be a great show for you tonight, I promise. That's at 9 o'clock tonight Eastern. Continue on here for sure. Dave, our guitarist. Sorry if I don't chat too much. I'm plugging away at work, but I'm lurking. Listen, no problem at all. That's what I was doing the other day, too, listening to some of my friends' shows, too. I was working on some business, and, it's just nice to have the audio in the background. Dave's wishing everyone well today, and same here, too. Gussie Wells dropping in to say hello. Let me see here. Lars Guitar, just watch your video on how to set up my Mission pedal for a wah. Gonna set mine up in a few, Brad Miller. Okay, yeah, watching Brad. Very, very good. Awesome, good stuff. Tactical 6-string, and that's too early for my fingers to jam, he says. Nice to see you, buddy. Uncle says, no time to chat, focus on listening, no problem. I'll keep some tunes going, all right? Let me see here. I think I got down to the bottom of the chat. I'll highlight where Nocturnal Butterfly saying hello to anyone I missed. All right, so we're going to just keep on going. I want to warm up. I like to get zoned. I like kind of get in the zone when I'm doing, a show, right? Obviously tonight, Kramer Corner is going to be a lot of fun. Let's see what we can do here. We got anything else in Drop D we can play? Oh, Wally, where did I see that? Something about Mitch. What was the question here? Wally in the Box says Mitch had a YouTube channel, but it went down for some reason. Thanks, Nocturnal Butterfly. Where did I see? Where did I miss that question? Chuck Booth says, after hearing Quentin last night and Eric this morning, I feel pumped. Let me see here. I missed that question. Oh, there it is. Wally says, I watched the guy's interview on Mitch Malloy again. Have you or Eric heard from him recently? I haven't spoke to him personally probably in about a month, but I know he's obviously doing the Great White Tour. It sounds like they're doing a new album together, which is great. So that's I'm not sure about his channel, why it could be down or whatever. Maybe he's kind of pulled the plug on him because he's doing the Great White thing. I don't know. But I'll certainly reach out to him again. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get him back on the show soon. I know he had a good time last time, so I'll reach out to him and invite him back on. So, cool. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a... Let's try this. All right, there we go. What can we do here? What can we do here? You know what we'll do? Let's go. We'll tune back up to. All right, let's play some Fall Silent. This one's a fast one. All right, here we go. Starting to warm up a little bit.
Go
I swear to God, I'm going to ditch this guitar strap today. It's giving me all kinds of plagues. Floyd's staying in tune nice. Cool. Quick sip of coffee. I'm going to try something new today. Well, it's not new, it's old, but you guys have never heard this. If I've got it backed up, a lot of my music is on my Google Drive, which I share between my Mac, which I'm talking to you on now, and the PC over here, which I'm broadcasting, well, I'm not really broadcasting, I'm just starting and stopping my broadcast from the PC. But I don't know if my album has updated here on my Google Drive. Let's find out. It hasn't. So I'm going to try something here. I'm going to do two things. Let's get rid of this guitar first. Give me 1 sec. Okay, 1 second here too. I will see another question that's come up, so bear with me here. Where the hell is my mouse? Marcel wants to know what amp I'm using. Okay, very good question. Okay, first of all, I'm not using an amp, Marcel. I didn't see your name in the chat there, so I apologize. I wasn't watching the chat for a couple minutes. I'm using Line 6 Helix. Nothing else. These are presets that I wrote myself. Now, I'm not going to be using my Variax cable here. I'm just going to be using my Line 6 wireless, so I won't be able to do some of the cool stuff on the Variax guitar here. But bear with me here for a sec. Let's mute that so it doesn't bother your ears. So not using an amplifier whatsoever. So the tune I was going to play for you, I thought it was tuned down to like a half step down, but it's not. So it's in regular pitch. Okay, let's put this back on. 1 sec. Now, nocturnal... no, I didn't get a haircut, Steve. My hair is in a ponytail. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yes. No, I just put it in a ponytail today. I'm having a bad hair day today. So here's a song called Bobblehead. It's a tentative title, but it's something I've been working on since probably 1998-ish, around that era. What amp model in the Helix, Marcel? That is the Placator. This thing just freaking screams. Okay, now because I haven't done this before, well, I used to do it this way, I'm going to see if I can control on my Mac. All right, let's try this here for a second. Let's open this with no, not iTunes, QuickTime Player. I hate iTunes, at least on my Mac. Now, this was recorded off the floor with our band, like just for a little, ghetto blaster type of thing before here too. Let's see what this sounds like, and I might have to bring my volume down, but it'll give you an idea. It's got a very, very fun riff like this. Okay, now what I need to do too is I need to go to my triple spot. I have a clean. Let's try to find out. Bear with me for a second. Gotta find it. Here it is, Eric's triple. That would be really cool for this one. If I used my, what is it called? A sitar would be very, very cool. Watch if I can put this on. Standard tuning. Here's sitar. So I'm not going to use that in this particular case, but the riff is kind of cool. Let's go into rhythm here for a second. Johnny Lee is here. Hey, buddy, bye. Okay, we might be a little bit loud. So then it's got this other cool riff, kind of goes like... How's it go? So I've never, ever, ever performed this live on YouTube. So let's see how it goes, all right? Keep in mind, that's the old band. They just warmed up in a rehearsal room somewhere. So there you go. I've never ever played that one before. There's kind of a lot to that one. The main riff is and then of course the nice kind of rhythm part. And then this part's really tricky. Like that, then of course here. Okay, we're gonna try something else too that I've never played technically with in full context. Let's try this here for a minute. We gotta tune back up. It's the first time I've ever tuned my Variax manually. There we go. Alright, let's see what we got for clean here. Band's here, nice. Okay, so this song is tentatively called Rear View, looking in your rear view mirror kind of thing at things of yesterday. Let's try this. Okay, and here again, there may be some singing on it, may not. This was scratch tracks that we did 10 years ago, 12 years ago, something like that. Let's try this here. All right, I'll try QuickTime Player here again. Play. Thank you for your patience, everybody. I'll jump back to the chat in a second. So there you go. The bass player didn't even know what he was doing on that part. We just kind of wrote that on the fly that day. So that's why the bass player is kind of all over the place, which kind of threw me all over the place. But I like that. Pretty. So let's go say hi to a whole bunch of people. Let me see. I think I saw Stephen Hurd was taken off. I don't even know where I left off. Okay, I see Denny Allen. I didn't see him before. Ben Coombs. Okay, Todd Graff is here. Guitar Hack is here. Nice, guys. Thank you for jumping by. Very, very nice. This guy, I love this guitar. Stephen Hurd, Brad Miller, Denny Allen, Jeff T. Morning from SoCal. Nice to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gary Holt says, John Lee says, that sounds huge. Thank you, buddy. I remember sitting in front of the radio, finger on the record button, waiting for that one song, cussing a DJ for talking too long. I know, me too. Riff, WRIF in Detroit was the thing for me, man. Ladybug says, if Eric keeps practicing, he will get good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Since I have this guitar and I'm tuned to normal pitch, I'm going to play 2 more songs for you that are in normal pitch. I'm going to play another nice, pretty song. I'm going to play Pass You By in the proper tuning, and then we're going to play some Loaded Gun. So, actually, I'm warming up a little bit. Starting to feel pretty good. Okay, so let's go to A Case of Deceit. In case you haven't heard of the movie, A Case of Deceit, it's a pretty cool movie. Kind of a cop film. You can look it up on IMDb. Didn't get the highest ratings, but it's a cool movie. It's a cop movie, and 2 of our songs were featured in the movie, Loaded Gun and Pass You By. Let me see here. I just want to see if I missed any other comments before we do that. So, Ben, I appreciate you jumping in today. It's very cool. Saying hi to everybody. I think I left. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe I mentioned this, Ben. You're saying chorus adds pretty much, or so much depth to a higher gain tone. You know what I use, Ben? Instead of using chorus, being a Van Halen guy, it is chorus-esque, I guess you could call it. I use pitch detune. Okay, so I think I've mentioned this before, but I'll explain to you again. Here's a guitar without pitch detune. Now I'm going to step on it. See, it's a big difference. It goes off. What Eddie Van Halen was known for was that pitch detune. So you can have a stereo pitch detune, and normally you could change the pitch of, there's like a left and a right, and you could change it higher or lower. But I don't use the actual interval. I keep that at 0, so you're not changing the pitch of the guitar, but you're using the secondary thing is sense of how much, like little several steps that you're out of tune. So what Eddie Van Halen would do is he would put one side lower out of tune, and the other side the exact opposite. So I might go down -5 to -8 cents on the left, and then I go +5 or +8 on the right. Then I balance that to where I like it. You don't want it too much. You want it to be subtle so it opens up the stereo spectrum. And that will give you a chorus modulation effect. But that's all I use. Very, very rare do I use chorus. In this case, I might be using both. Yeah. So let's try it. Let's try Pass You By. I'm just going to type back to Nocturnal here. Okay. Oh, good. Should run in the command ship from upstairs. Here we go. This one's a fun song. And hopefully I don't butcher my solo. It's one of the world's easiest solos, but it's very, very melodic and very emotional solo. go. That's a fun one to play, and that one really bothers me if I mess up that solo. It really bothers me because it's so easy, and it's almost like trying to tell a joke, and you say a joke and you wreck the punchline, and you don't want to go back and tell it again because you've ruined it now. So like that little part of the solo is my favorite part. And if I mess that up, it's just like, you know what, I don't want to play that song again. And really, really simple stuff. Goes to show you don't have to be like wanking on the guitar to be really, really cool. You know, how's the first part go? Really simple. Let me see who else I might have missed. So, yeah, there's some chorus info for you, Ben. I was talking about that a little while ago. Terry CG&G, I'm definitely digging that. Thank you. Poo Ninja is here. Laika, if am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying it right. And I think I got a message. Gary wants me to contact him later. Guitardo says, how bad do you miss the Floyd, Eric? When I'm playing this guitar, I don't miss the Floyd at all. I really, really don't. Just because it's a shred demon with that ebony fretboard, I don't miss it. A few times I've reached for it, but I don't overly miss it. I can live without it. Poo Ninja saying throw some thumbs. I appreciate that. Thank you. And you know what? I won't be able to use my whammy bar on this one because I don't have one, and this solo does require one, but this guitar will really rock it, so let's try it. See if I miss anything else. Stephen Hurd had to take off, and thank you, Stephen. And awesome. Yeah, Stephen's got a great channel over there. Gary says, those darn bass players are always too loud and showboating and try to steal your girl. Yeah. Okay, I scrolled way too fast. Let me see here. Okay, we've got Wally in the Box, Ben Coombs. Yeah, I bet Guitardo says Nikki Six was apparently good at stealing them. Let me see. Jeff T says nice playing. And Ben Coombs says that beats doing actual work in my studio. Guitardo watched The Dirt with a wife. She almost made me shut it off in the first few minutes. Yeah, lots of sex in the first few minutes, that's for sure. Brad says, what do I use for an audio interface to the computer? I'm using a PreSonus AR12 USB. And that thing is maxed out. And Guitar says Helix has a built-in interface. Yeah, but I don't use my Helix as an interface because I'm running everything. I actually run Helix Rack, which I'm running right now, into my USB, into my PreSonus. I'm running the Helix Floor. I'm running Helix Stomp. And then I've got 4 microphones running into the board. What else have I got running in there? A wireless mic. And then, of course, 2 computers. Very cool. So yeah, lots of stuff going through. I need a bigger board for sure. Gary's going to call me later. Need some help on a small project. No problem. Looking forward to it. Zach Thong is here. Very, very cool. All right, so we're going to play. I am going to play Loaded Gun, and the solo from this song, believe it or not, it was inspired by Collective Soul. Believe it or not, the guitar solo is inspired by Collective Soul, a band that a lot of us cover. And you'll probably catch it in a minute. So let's try it. Now, I wonder, do I actually even need this preset anymore? Let's go to my really good preset, even though that one does sound good. One sec, here it is. Dirty VH Temp. I'm going to check tuning on a little bit out. And thank goodness for my Helix Rack with the strobe tuner. E's good. B's good. G's bad. Nothing worse than a loose G string. There we go. Here we go. So what you're hearing there at the end too is the EVH. Well, I shouldn't say it's the EVH flanger anymore. It's what I've programmed into Helix to sound like the EVH flanger. So when I hit those D chords to a C, watch when I put on the flanger. And then the very last two riffs, watch with the flanger on it. My flanger is also set to momentary, meaning I have to hold my foot on the button to make it flange. The moment I take my foot off, the flanger's off. That way the flanger doesn't get in the way of other parts where if you're like, oh shoot, I forgot to turn the flanger off, and it's very in your face and kind of taking away from a part of the song as opposed to giving a little bit of a sprinkle of, a nice tone. Let's go over to one other. Let's go to my super clean. I call this one super clean. Pop on some vintage delay. I wonder if I put a loop in that one yet. Did I put a loop in there? I didn't. All right, let's do this. Let's go to another one. Let's go to, where's Eric Triple again? Find that one. There it is. I might have a looper on one of these. Okay, let's see if I do have a looper in there. Okay, so let's do this. Let's run some chords. Let's just have some fun. I'll check my tuning a little bit out. We're going to wrap up here in a minute. I'm almost out of energy. G's not bad. D's out a bit. A's way bad. There we go. God, I love that strobe tuner. Okay. So with Helix here, I've got a looper involved in one of these presets. And let's try this. I'm also wearing slippers at the moment too. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's put a little bit of delay on that. Okay, let's see what happens. Kind of a screw up. We'll see what happens. And come back to the end of the chat. Come back up as well too. Levels are wrong, but shows you the cool thing you can do with the looper anyways. Let's stop for a second. I can actually play it backwards. Forward half speed. That's kind of cool. Gives me a second to grab a coffee. Very, very cool. Let's have a quick look at the bottom of the chat here and go backwards. Frank C's here saying, hey, Eric Nocturnal Butterfly, stopping here on my lunch break. I got to do my sweater here. I am like now starting to die. I was cold earlier. I told Nocturnal I had to go upstairs and get my slippers on. And I guess now that I've been playing, I got all the lights on in here. I am like sweating like a no tomorrow. Gary Holt, Flagging Molly. Flagging Molly is playing locally soon. I liked them better when they were Fastway. Ron Limber, Entertainment Time. Sonia, Guitar Fish. Guitar Fish, cool, very cool. So we have Guitar Hack and Guitar Fish. Travis 2000, going to see Mrs. Smith at Sonia. Very, very cool. Mrs. Smith is awesome. Love her to death. Who else? Gary Holt says, Eric and Nocturnal reasons my phones are dead by 11 a.m. Leon Moen is here. The riff is solid. Eric rocking the house down. Thank you so very much. Jeff says, anything off of VH3 that you played? Not a great album, but had some cool riffs. And I used to do a little bit like Year to the Day. I don't think I remember a note of it. And I really like that album. I do. And I think James was asking me about somewhere around the question about the flanger. The flanger is actually put, what would be, if I was running an amplifier, technically, it would be to the front of the amplifier. That's how I have it in Helix. I have it running to the front of the simulated amplifier, whereas my reverbs, delays, things like that are in the loop, so to say. Han 36 Solo says rock. Let me see here. Nocturnal Butterfly hitting that smash that subscribe button. Thank you so much. If you do that, that's great. Let me see here. And Lars Guitar says, do you like the Shuriken over the 89F? I don't like it better because it's a different guitar. I really like the fact that I can have a Variax with a whammy bar, which is the 89F. Now, pretty soon, I'm going to be probably changing my thoughts on the 89F because I'm still sitting with a 10-gauge string on it. And I'm going to be tuning that down to 9-gauge, throwing on some NYXLs. So there are NYXL 10s on there right now, but I like 9s so much better. I only kept 10s on the Variax because I thought it would track better and get the computer simulated tones and stuff like that much better. But it's all rumor. You don't have to have the 10s on there. So I don't like it better. For some strange reason, I think this is more of a shredder guitar, in my opinion. I like the ebony fretboard on it. It's very, very hard and responsive. I got good attack out of this one. They're both such good guitars. Real toss-up. And it's so funny, too. I started off playing the Kramer today, which I'm going to probably go back to just before we wrap up. I literally sweat in my eyes. I can't even hardly see. Limoan, emotional, real nice. Thank you. Probably talking about Pass You By. Let me see here, talking about the dirt movie and stuff like that. Yeah, I think I pretty much got most of the questions. I hope I didn't miss anything. Let me see here. So we'll go try for one last one. Okay, we're going to actually, let's mute this for a second. We're going to mute the rack. Okay, I'm going to take out my tuner. Not my tuner, my wireless. Here again, too. Beautiful wireless. Relights G10. And we'll try a couple more. Songs that are tuned down to a half step. Whew. Right after I get out of here, I am going straight to the shower. And I got to get back to work. I really got to get back to work. But this is fun. All right. Okay, let's unmute that. Let's get back to a song here. We're going to stay on the triple one. Got some clean. Okay, that's sounding loud. We're going to try a song called Fly. I really like this one too. It's kind of an emotional song too. And I'll just kind of adjust my levels on the fly. Hey, that's kind of neat. Play on words. This one's a fun song. Here we go. We'll wrap up soon. Thanks so much for joining me on this Tuesday morning, afternoon / whatever.
Your presence glows on me. I almost feel you breathing. Come on, drives me crazy. I've laid a bed with many, but never one to marry. This inside is scary, so let's begin this journey. Locked inside my cover, where no one else can see. The forces pull together, suspicious minds can be.
We'll finish this one off with In the Sun. Howdy, Mitch. All right. Sunshine is good for the soul. rusty at it, but it's for her. And it's got a text message from Rob Johnson. And I'm going to do a test call with him shortly here as well, too. Okay, so this one, we're going to freak out a little bit. Bear with me here. And listen really close. You can hear me in the studio yelling into my pickups at this point.
Hey, you're still here? Eric Jr. here, reminding you to check out our full lineup of quality merch. Available right now in the Broadstash Boutique. Quality products and fast shipping. Visit broadstash.com today.
I am now on Patreon. If you enjoy my content and wish to support my channel and what I do, then please check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/EVH Gear TV. Your support assures the continued growth of this channel and a fun community in which to share our love for Van Halen, music gear, and much more.
My name is Eric and I'm playing Wolfgang guitar.
Video production services provided by Design 39 Media. Visit design39media.com for all your website, photography, and video production needs. Microphones for EVH and Gear TV are provided by Rode Microphones, and official Van Halen merchandise is provided by VanHalenStore.com.